Hey there, it's Ann C. coming at you. It is a hot day here in Bella Vista, Arkansas. All right, I'm right by our fountain, but if I go over here, I'm gonna end up in the sun. All right, stick with me. Stick with me. I'm going across this big rock in our yard. Okay, so gonna give you a tip of the day, marketing tip here. Before I dive into this, and this is high power. This is a 10-year system that I've been using with tremendous success. This is take it to the bank big time. Hey there, good morning to you, Judith. All right, so if you're new here, make sure you go to ansigmentor.com. That's ansigmentor.com. And then you can join me in my private leadership group. So good morning, Judith. All right, so we put together, when I say auto webinar system, we do have an auto webinar in our sales funnel where people go to a webinar, it's a replay, and then they purchase our product front end through Facebook, and then we bring them into our webinar system funnel. All right, this is especially very powerful for people selling digital marketing, which is what I do. Alrighty, so I have with me a stack. See this? It's a stack. That's a stack of postcards. That's a stack. And hubby and I, so literally right now our son is flying in. He's up in the air flying down from St. Paul, Minnesota down to here in Bella Vista, Arkansas. It's a wonderful flight, Delta, 2 hours. And I've taken it many times because my family is up in Minnesota. And so it's 2 hours by car. It's an awfully long 12-hour yucky car ride. Anyways, so hubby and I, normally my hubby does this task, but we have to be in the car and headed to the airport in 20 minutes. So I said, I'll help you with this. And I'm like, dang, I ought to share this tip with people. So what we do, and hey there, good morning to you, Martin. Hey, hope you and your family are doing awesome. All right, so Martin goes back to my daily marketing coach days. So great to have you here, Martin. All right, so I'm giving people a tip on my webinar system that I've had in place since 2010. And when we first implemented it, I became not to brag on myself, but my team and I became the top producers of that company. And then the company had leadership issues, the company fell apart. I've seen that happen, I can't tell you how many times. Anyways, all to say, but we keep using this system. And that is, we will do a promotional webinar, people come in, and then we do what's called our new member orientation. So one thing that I implemented, I love marketing. I love marketing. So I always look at it in the lens of how can I improve the stats? Oh, thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. How can I improve it? And so we have a spreadsheet and we see all our data on our dashboard, and then I hone in and I go, that can be better. And so that being what's called a show up rate for our webinar. And see, this whole thing, it's always an ecosystem and it's fluid and dynamic, but you have to be really thinking about your ecosystem and the flow and what can be improved upon. So I instituted this little tip that I'm going to give you, probably at least a year ago. So what we do is on the thank you page, when they buy, they are routed to our new member orientation, for which it's an auto registration. By the way, the reference that I'm giving is my newer training company called E-commerce Business School, but it doesn't matter. It can be any niche that you happen to be in, anything. Because I've done this I probably built this webinar system 5 times over the last 10 years. Anyways, all to say, so the key is, this is all event-based marketing. The key is to get people to show up, right? So what we do is they all get a phone dial the day of. We use Phone Burner. And then if you catch someone on Phone Burner, you can talk to the person. But basically, you're leaving a recorded voicemail message. Then we send out an SMS, a text message. We do that 10 minutes prior to the webinar. But I also, on the thank you page, I let them know when you show up live, I have a special gift for you. And so in this case, this is our Shop Your Way to Wealth course. Here, I'll just hold it up. And so this could be anything. In our case, it's very practical and pragmatic. It's a guide to category ranking when they go into the stores and they do their local retail arbitrage, they're gonna have this to take with them. So anyways, we just put the labels on and put the stamps on. Yep, from the home of the Siegs. My husband normally does it, but today, because we're picking up our son and very shortly, I'm like, I'll help you with that. Anyways, and so we had tweaked a couple things in the process, and we improved our show-up rate. I think it went from 35 to, was it 42%? I don't have it in front of me, but it was a dramatic increase in the show-up rate. Not because of this card, but because we removed some stuff that was distracting for our members. Anyways, so we had 48 people show up out of 103. So that actually sounds close to 50. And then our closing ratio was a whopping 25%. Yay! It's 25% in the webinar. Now let me give you a really big tip here. And there's been philosophical differences internally in our camp, the marketing team. The one being, it needs to be short and to the point and let the people move on. I'm like, no way. I am there to help and serve these people as long as it takes. So it's turned out these new member orientations are a full 2.5 hours. And then I have my gal who's with me, and we end up making a fantastic team together. But my view is they're here. Let's help and serve these people. And I tell them anything and everything. You got a question about this, that? Everything's on the table. The amazing thing is it'll be at like 2 hours and 20 minutes and a really critical question comes up 2 weeks in a row. I don't think I've gotten into the back office yet. Ding! Let's get you in the back office. And it took that person 2.5 hours almost to, I guess, had the courage to ask or just connect the dots and go, I don't think I'm in the back office yet. And even though we do a complete tour of the back office and all this stuff, 2 weeks in a row, that's what happened. But anyways, all to say, because we are dropping this off on the way to pick up my son, which I really do have to run and scoot, I just thought I would share that. So we give them a special reward for showing up. We also give them an I showed up discount when they are in the webinar with us. And that is my basic principle. And take this into your own marketing. Always, always reward people. If they showed up, they're special. You give them something free. They get a discount, whatever. Always, here's the cardinal rule in marketing. Behavior that is rewarded is repeated. Kind of like in parenting, right? Behavior that is rewarded is repeated. So the behavior that I want to reinforce with my members is show up. And so, yep, they get a free card in the mail. I don't know, these might cost us like, with the stamp, what is a stamp these days? I don't even know. I don't know if it's 40 cents, but I don't know. But it's worth it because it's all about encouraging the behaviors that lead to success. And that is showing up. And then I have my offer and I give it at a discount because they showed up. Those who are watching the recording, sorry, nope, you didn't show up. They still have a discount, but not like the people in the webinar. Okay, I hope you found those to be helpful tips. They are take it to the bank tips. Guaranteed, take it to the bank tips. All right, hey, make sure you go to ansiegmentor.com to join my private and exclusive leadership mastermind groups. That's ansiegmentor.com. So be blessed. Have a wonderful day, Judith and Martin. Bye-bye. And if you're watching the replay, write in #replay. Any thoughts and comments would be appreciated. Bye-bye.